Tonight, the latest on a security controversy that's threatened to disrupt the busiest travel day of the year.
For days, opponents of the TSA's aggressive new screening measures have been calling for a Thanksgiving Eve protest at airports coast to coast.
But so far, the TSA says that boycott has not materialized and security lines are moving smoothly for the most part at airports across the U.S.
The same has been true at Warwick's T.F. Green Airport, where only a handful of passengers have opted out of the full-body scanners and asked for a pat-down instead. But scattered protests have been popping up by people who consider the scans and pat-downs an invasion of privacy.
We have in-depth coverage tonight, beginning with Eyewitness News reporter Alex DePrado, who's live at TF Green Airport with the West Bay Mobile Newsroom.
Well, Mike, about 12,000 people fly through here on an average day. It's up 10% today, and the airport says the overwhelming majority of people selected for full-body scans are not opting out in favor of pat-downs. There has been no line at TF Green all day and less than a 5-minute wait to get through security on what is typically the busiest travel day of the year. Some did show up early to protest the body scan machines.
For one, that's rather intrusive. It really is. And they say they can't store the images, they can't print them, they can't transfer them, but they can do all that.
But despite a national call to opt out of the scans in favor of pat-downs, TF Green has not seen any delays.
We have heard from the TSA that less than 1%, substantially less than 1%, have opted out of the new advanced imaging technology, which
here at the airport?
That's correct.
A passenger who flew in from Baltimore went through the full-body scan and says there was no problem.
Went through the machine, perfectly fine. It was all good.
And despite what it looks like here at TF Green, the airport says it's always a good idea to get here with plenty of time. We're live in Warwick tonight with the West Bay Mobile Newsroom. I'm Alex DePrado, Eyewitness News.
TSA agents were ready for today's boycott, and so were travelers, many of whom say they fear the potential protest over the security measures more than the pat-down themselves. Our in-depth coverage continues now from Reagan National Airport in Washington with Eyewitness News reporter Joel Brown.
Mike, it seems the internet-fueled slogan of "Don't touch my junk" was more bark than bite. It was smooth sailing at most of the nation's airports today, and that's got a lot of holiday travelers giving thanks a day early.
Many travelers, fearing the worst, found themselves pleasantly surprised.
I think if it goes smoothly, it should be fine.
From coast to coast, security lines were long but moved quickly. Despite the threat, some passengers might protest full-body scans and ask for pat-downs, which take a lot longer. That campaign grew quickly on the internet, but was hard to find at the nation's airports. Some travelers weren't so worried about the potential problems.
People are going to want to travel to see their family. I don't think anybody's really thinking about some of the security measures.
But Catherine Kurtz says she's given it some thought, and she'd choose the pat-down.
I don't think you can just do whatever you want in the name of security.
The TSA argues that these full-body scanners are a key part of keeping travelers safe in the skies, and the latest polls show that most Americans support using them.
It's the best option we have for the present time.
The TSA also points out the full-body scanners aren't a common sight. They're only in use at about 70 airports across the nation. A number of passengers asking for pat-downs could have slowed things down dramatically. The full-body scan takes just seconds, but a pat-down can take up to 4 minutes. TSA agents are responsible for screening the more than 1 million people expected to travel over the Thanksgiving holiday.
So the next big test for TSA comes on Sunday. Experts say that's always a decidedly busier travel day than the day before Thanksgiving. At Reagan National Airport, I'm Joel Brown, Eyewitness News.